Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's Tuesday the 17th of May. We have been slacking a little bit, trying to record on Saturdays. It usually isn't up until Sunday or Monday.
Or Tuesday.
Tuesday
It's going to be Tuesday this week. I think Tuesday might work out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see because, he doesn't work on Tuesdays. I babysit, but I don't babysit a lot of kids, and they leave early, so maybe we'll do Tuesdays.
Tuesday's normally my school day during the semester, but since I'm not taking school this summer, I'm trying to find a job to fill in, but right now we have it wide open, so we'll try and do Tuesdays.
Yep. Okay, so we got a negative pregnancy test when we told you.
Got about a dozen negative pregnancy tests.
Actually, I didn't test as much as I thought I was going to. I wasn't too hopeful. I don't know. I just knew it was coming on. You can just feel it. If you're a girl, you can feel your period coming on. So, I got it I didn't get it Tuesday actually. So I was like, huh? But since the pregnancy test was negative, I didn't think I was pregnant. And so I started my period on Wednesday. So it's almost been a week since I've started. And
it's like a big thing they're waiting for, and then she'll just shoot me a text something really quick. I started my period. I'm like, oh.
I don't want to make a big deal out of it because it makes me sad. So
yeah, it does make me sad too.
So what happened was I called the doctor when I started my period, and I told the secretary lady at the front desk that I started my period and I needed another dose of Clomid because that's what I thought the doctor had talked about. And so the lady said she'd send a note into the doctor's nurse, and then the nurse would give the note or the message to the doctor. And so I was like, okay, I'll just wait until maybe tomorrow. And so here comes Friday, and I was like, okay, they haven't called me yet, so I called.
But you would have to start it on Monday, so yesterday.
And so I called them on Friday, and I told them, so I haven't gotten a call from the doctor yet about if I could get a refill for Clomid, and so they were like, oh, okay, you should get the message in by Monday because the doctor hasn't gotten the message yet. And so I was like, okay, all right. So I hung up, and I was really upset. I called him crying. He was at work, and I was just really
confused. It's a big deal. She needs to be able to know if she has to take a new treatment, like a new set of pills this month, because especially where we felt like last month was kind of forcing it, and this month was going to be the good one. I kind of felt like we really needed to get it, and
so
they're just dragging their feet.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I went to my mother-in-law's later that day on Friday, and I told her about it, and she's like, do you want me to call them for you and see if I can tell them something? And I said, yeah, sure, go ahead and try. And so she called them, and she was really upset with them. I was really upset, but I just wanted to hang up because I was about to cry, and I didn't want them to hear me start crying. So I had his mom call them, and she ripped their heads off. And he was like, the nurse said, okay, he'll see what he can do because he can't do anything. And so he's like, I'll see what I can do, and I'll call you back. And so 10 minutes later, he calls me, and he says that it's not the Clomid's fault that I didn't get pregnant. And so he said the doctor said if we don't call you by Monday that you don't need to take the Clomid. And he said if they call me, they call me, and if they don't, they don't. So pretty much that's what he meant. And so
no call as of today. We're gonna call in. They confirm.
It was a really confusing. What he was talking about was just really confusing to me because he said my progesterone levels were fine or great last. When I went to get my blood drawn, and so. He said it was fine, and the doctor said that I didn't need Clomid for my next cycle, and that would be fine, and to just visit or make an appointment for next month if I don't start my period, or if I do start my period. Sorry. And so I was a little upset by that, and I was like, okay, so it's pretty much just the same as what we were doing before, is just trying without any help. And so that's really frustrating because
Yeah, it just feels like, well, it feels like they're just not communicating with the doctor, because what I thought when she went to the doctor and all the discussions they had was that we were going to try Clomid for a couple of months and see what it does, and it seems like they just gave it to her 1 month, and we didn't get pregnant, and now they're kind of just putting us on the back burner and not talking to us or giving us any information on what we need to do moving forward, so it's a little frustrating.
So my doctor, he's the only OB in our area, and so it's really, really frustrating because he has a lot of patients, and so he can't really like get to all of them, and he shouldn't have so many that he can't communicate with them, and so I was just really frustrated.
Yeah, because it seemed like he was giving her all her attention when she had her appointment, and like, this is going to be something that we can work on together and get it all figured out, and we can get you guys on the right path on what you need to be doing. And now it just kind of feels like we're getting left on the side. And the hard thing is there's 2 towns north and south of us that both have great hospitals, big hospitals, multiple OBs, and they're 25-30 minutes away, and so it'll be so much easier because he's a great doctor if we could just get a hold of him and communicate. So that's where we've been kind of stuck right now, is we're just frustrated with him because it feels like we're not getting... Sorry. It feels like we're not getting the attention that we should be getting as she's your patient, moving forward.
And I think too, it's just like the people that are like his nurses and all his other staff are not really communicating well with him, because he's a really good doctor, and he's going to be there for you when you need him, and so it's hard when the people that work for him aren't
taking it seriously. Yeah. Like, they're just like, okay, whatever, like there's no urgency, there's no nothing, and it's stupid because he's an OB, so they should know this. It's urgent stuff. When people are trying to have kids, it's on schedule. It's gotta happen, and they just, I feel like the people around him just, whatever, it's not a big deal. I feel like he's a good doctor. I feel like he's great and can do that, but I feel like he's not got the people around him that he needs to have, maybe because he's kind of leaving us by the wayside. So.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'll just go to the doctor next month if I start my period, and
we'll call today or tomorrow, and then kind of
see what
push through and try and annoy them a little bit so that they can follow up with us. I feel like that's their job, but
because that's what I've heard is you kind of have to like push at it, and if you want something done, you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because if not, you're just going to kind of get left behind. It's going to take way longer. The whole process is going to take way longer. And so I guess we're going to do that. And so pretty much going forward, we're just going to be hopeful about next month. And I don't know. I kind of don't feel hopeful.
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of hard. I don't know. I'm to the point where I'm not really... I'm not hopeful. I've got hope. I just feel like it's not realistic. I've gotten into that thing where I'm just a little too real, this probably isn't going to happen right now, and I don't know. With the whole situation with the doctor's office, it's making it even worse, because it feels like if nothing is going to happen, we're not going to have any help or figure anything out with it, so it's not going to matter one way or the other, which is kind of hard. I don't know. Going forward, I don't know. I'll just stay as hopeful as we can, stay positive and happy, and we can... Like that. I love Shay Carl, the vlogger. I love that whole happiness is a choice thing. Like, you can choose to react to anything in your life. You can't choose what happens to you in your life in some situations, but you can choose how you react to the bad things and anything that comes. And that's what I told her the day she called me. I said, we can't change anything. We can't. Doctor's office is going to be closed. We can't figure it out until this week, and there's no reason to let it just destroy our weekend and destroy how you're feeling, and we just need to try and react as positively as we can to what situation we have in front of us. Just stay as positive as possible, and not get bogged down in it. Because when you get bogged down in it, it just causes useless stress. It's not stress that's going to motivate you to like work harder or push through it. It's just stress that's going to make your days miserable. So I think that's kind of been the trick with this, is just everything happens for a reason. and react positively to the situation we have, because that's all you can do. I mean, what happens if you don't do that? You're negative and bitter all the time. So
it is hard. It's really
it's
hard.
really hard, and it's not that it's going to be easy if you're happy. It just makes it a lot easier, a lot easier, and you don't waste as much energy being negative and being down and miserable, because that just zaps your energy. It's just kind of the way to get through it, you know. It's what Shay says, where you build bridges. You have the ups and the downs in your life, and you got to learn to build bridges over the downs so that you can kind of just stay with the ups. And the downs are still going to come, but you just got to figure out a way to get over them without them kind of consuming you. So that's been the trick, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but everything does happen for a reason, and if we don't get pregnant now, it's fine. And the only thing that makes me really upset and kind of gets to me is I wish I knew that I wish I knew what was going to happen in the future, because I want to know if I'm going to be able to get pregnant, and if we aren't, it's going to be really tough, because I know it's probably going to be different if we do have to adopt, but it's just, I don't know, I've been thinking about that, and it's really hard. It's a tough subject, or a tough topic, because they're not yours biologically, and I don't know how people do it that have kids that they have adopted. And I guess it'll change if we do have to do that, obviously, but it's just hard to think about.
It is hard to think about, because we both wanted to be parents since we were younger, and growing up, like, we both wanted. I want to be a dad, she wants to be a mom, and that's hard, because we talk about that all the time. We talk about what our kids could look like, and everything like that.
And that's the thing with adoption, is because they're not going to look like you.
Yeah. So it's still your kids, and it's something that we're going to have to. It's a struggle that we're going to have to try and work through if we ever have to go that way.
Yeah.
But we're early on in the process. I'm so chubby that I'm hopeful. I feel like if I could lose weight, if we could both get really healthy, and then we can both try. We can just keep trying and getting help from the doctor the whole process through losing weight and getting healthier. But I feel like once we can get healthy, we can really start trying and really see the results. And if those results aren't good, then we can move forward with that. But I feel like we're quite a few steps away from it. It's really hard every month when we're not pregnant, but I don't feel like doomed or feel like, oh my gosh, I don't think we're going to be able to have kids biologically yet. I don't feel that way yet. I just feel like we have to get everything in order first. You can't complain when something doesn't happen when you're not like preparing yourself as completely as you could.
It's hard too, because that whole process of the Clomid and everything, I gained weight, and like that's when I started eating not as good as I was eating before, and so just like
it's
the
hard.
whole process.
It was just going through, her hormones were driving her crazy.
Yeah,
it's hard to deal with.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see in a month. And
yeah, this month we just need to try and stay positive, I think.
Yeah.
Just not get negative. And don't just be like, oh, this isn't gonna happen. Just try and stay happy.
Yeah, and the thing is that I act that keeps my head up, and is the fact that we have time together to spend together, because I really enjoy the time that we do have together. And I mean, obviously it'll be much funner with children, but with us right now, we don't have to worry about taking them to places or like.
Yeah, it's like when we get done. I think her babysitting is really great, because the parents that the kids that she babysits, their parents trust her so much that we can take them everywhere, and it's a lot of fun, and it kind of makes it to where like we have kids in our house from 7 o'clock in the morning to 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. So it's almost like we get a taste of doing that, a taste of having kids in the house all day. But then at the end of the day, we always can just relax and be together and have our together time. You know, it doesn't have to it doesn't have to ruin our time. Like if we're not getting pregnant, we don't have to just be totally miserable all the time. You know, it's pointless. Then it's pointless. What's the point of ruining how you feel all the time just because you don't have things that you really want? So I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna really enjoy our time together.
Yeah, be happy where you are. Your Colette Butler. That's how you know we're Shay Tarts fans. Is you gotta bloom where you're growing. You gotta grow where you're planted. Seriously, you really gotta be happy where you are. If you're just constantly looking to the future for things when they're going to be better, they're never going to get better. You're never going to reach. You're never going to get to tomorrow. Okay, you're never going to get to where everything that you want, you have it tomorrow, and you're totally cool about it. You're going to want more things. You just kind of have to learn to be happy with what you have, and at the same time, you want to make yourself grow and progress in life, and you don't want to stay stagnant. You don't want to just stay bogged down in the same situation. You want to constantly try and improve yourself and grow. That's the point of life, and it's difficult sometimes to balance that, to want to improve and progress and make yourself better and still just be happy with what you have. I don't know, I think we've got that more and more, that formula more and more tweaked to work for us. I feel like we're getting less stressed about things we don't have, and we're focusing on our goals.
Yeah.
Like we have goals, we're going to move towards them, we're going to get there, but we don't have to be unhappy that we don't have 4 kids in a house and 2 cars. 3 cars. We don't have to be upset about that.
Yeah.
But we can still work towards it every day. There's no reason that the lack of having stuff like that makes it. I see so many people our age that just get so upset about not having things in life that they just stop trying for anything in life. They don't set any goals. They don't do anything. So I think that's going to be the whole key with this process with having kids.
Yep. And it's going to be
set these goals, work towards them every month, but don't be miserable about not having them.
And don't obsess over them either. If like some of you guys are going through the same issue, don't obsess over it, because it makes it lots worse.
Yeah, if you just sit there and think about it all day, every day, you schedule everything down to the nanosecond, oh my gosh, it's so stressful. And then when nothing happens, when you get to the end of the month, and all that for nothing, you just go into a tailspin, and it's hard to focus on the next month and keep your head up. You've got to just keep your head up at the end of every month.
Yep. So that's what I've been doing lately, is just feeling all right after, and saying, oh, well, it happens for a reason, and it's fine, everything will be okay. And
that's her attitude's been really good. She's been really
like
learning. Yeah, when we first started having it was really hard for her to see how it was going to be okay. Every month it just felt like our whole world was falling down around us. And now she's gotten a lot better to where she can just kind of jump from one month to the next. It's hard. She still has a dip. She has a couple of days where it's really hard for her, but it used to be a week and a half of really being down on herself. But now it's a couple of days where she's not in the best mood. She's not really happy about it. You can tell she's sad, but she can move on to the next month really easy.
Yeah.
She's got a lot better at that. I think, honestly, we're going to have kids at some point. I think we're a very religious family, and I think that this is going to be, this process of trying to have kids and not having them immediately is going to be the best thing that we've ever had happen to us, because we're going to gain so much patience and so much fortitude. Like, we're just going to be able to keep pushing through the hard times and not get so down and stressed about stuff. And I really think we are going to learn and grow from it, but I think it's just going to be a process, I think it's going to be something that will help us moving forward.
Yep, so that's pretty much it for this
week.
We
didn't have much, just the negative, sad news that
we somehow, seem to make the videos long, and we don't have that much to talk about.
Yeah, we have 4 items on our list, and I just talk for 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, that's it for this week, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, hopefully. I know we're going to try and do it on Tuesdays, but I also want to try and get one up this weekend if we can, just to kind of get caught up.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, I just want to see what we have to talk about, because there's no point in trying to get a video up on Saturday. Well, it's Tuesday, trying to get a video up on Saturday if we have nothing to talk about. So maybe we'll try next Tuesday. Yep. But thanks for watching. We hope everybody enjoyed. Please like, subscribe. Our views are going up. We've got one channel that has, one of our episode 2, I believe. This is episode 4 this week, but episode 2 has 217 views. Yesterday, one of our videos it only had 22 views jumped up, and I think it's got 87 today or something like that. Stuff's going up. People are sharing our videos. Our numbers are staying consistently higher than they were the previous week. Each week, people are watching our videos longer and more often, more people. So we're really grateful and thankful for the people that are watching, and we hope that this channel can grow and kind of help people and share our situation and improve our situation and kind of go through this journey together. But
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.
Like,
bye.
Subscribe, comment. Bye.
Yes, bye.